Agile leadership. Imagine a world where software development teams are able to quickly adapt to change and deliver value to customers at a fast pace. That's exactly what the Agile Manifesto is all about. It's based on 4 key values and are supported by 12 principles. The first value listed in the manifesto is that we value individuals and interaction over processes and tools. This means that the focus of the project should shift from tools and processes to building the team. The team needs to learn how to communicate well with each other, and the members need to feel psychologically safe. If this is met, the team can perform. This is not to say that processes and methods are unimportant in agile projects, but these tools are there to build a team. The second value is that we value working software over comprehensive documentation. This means that the main goal of the team is to deliver a working software. This goal should always be the #1 priority. This doesn't mean that documentation is not important. Documentation can help the team achieve the goal. In agile projects, documentation is done, for example, through the backlog and user story. But there's no value in documentation itself. The value is instead the working software that the team can deliver to the customer. The third value. We value customer collaboration over contract negotiation. In order for the value in the project to be relevant, there must be a collaboration between the customer and the team. The value in the project is something that we create together with the customer. Instead of focusing on writing fixed static contracts, the team should ask how they can become a better supplier to the customer and how they can regularly collaborate with the customer. The fourth and last value is we value responding to change over following a plan. In an agile project, we must welcome change. This way of thinking creates greater value for the customer instead of following a static plan that is set up at the beginning of the projects. The project changes when conditions change. Therefore, it's important to plan often instead of making a big plan that cannot be changed. The most important thing in an agile project is to create a product that is relevant once it's delivered. But how do you actually put these values into practice? That's where the 12 principles of the Agile Manifesto comes in. They provide a roadmap for how teams can work together to deliver value, respond to change, and continuously improve. Here are a couple examples of the 12 principles in action. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Imagine a team that is able to work with customers to understand their needs and deliver working software every 2 weeks. By doing this, the team is able to get feedback and make adjustments quickly, leading to a better end result for the customer. Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get their job done. Imagine a team where each member is motivated, empowered, and trusted to do their best work. This leads to more productive and positive work environments, where everyone is working towards the same goal. By following the values and principles of the Agile Manifesto, the teams can work together to deliver better results for their customers and continuously improve their processes. So, let's get started and embrace the Agile way of working. The Cynefin framework. Cynefin is a framework for understanding and making sense of complex systems. It was developed by Dave Snowden, founder and chief scientific officer of Cognitive Edge, as a way to categorize situations or problems into distinct domains in order to determine the most appropriate approach to problem solving. Cynefin framework consists of 5 domains. Simple. This domain is characterized by clear cause and effect relationships and predictable outcomes. The appropriate approach to problem solving in this domain is to use best practices and established procedures. Simple has the power of common sense, always ready to apply tried and true methods to straightforward problems. Imagine a room with a light switch and a lamp. When you flip the switch, the lamp turns on. This is a simple situation that is easy to understand and respond to. Complicated. This domain is built on multiple causes and multiple potential solutions. The way to solve problems in this domain is to use expert analysis. Imagine trying to assemble a piece of furniture from IKEA. You have the instructions, but they're written in Swedish and you can't read them. It's complicated, but with some effort and trial and error, you'll eventually figure it out. Complex. Characteristics for this domain are emergent behavior and the absence of cause and effect relationships. The approach here is to experiment and sense emergent solutions. Imagine trying to understand a teenager's text message. The symbols and abbreviations are foreign to you, and you have no idea what they mean. This is a complex situation that can be unpredictable and difficult to understand. Chaotic. This domain is suitable when it comes to unpredictability and a rapidly changing environment. The efficient approach is to act and sense. Imagine a traffic jam during rush hour. Cars are backed up, accidents are happening, and there's no obvious solution. This is a chaotic situation where it's difficult to even know where to begin to find a solution. Disorder. This is a state of not knowing which of the other domains to apply. The way to handle this issue is to first establish in which of the other domains the team senses that they are in. Imagine a closet that's completely disorganized. You have no idea where anything is, and there's no system in place. This is a disorder that needs to be classified and ordered before it can be understood and acted upon. The Cynefin framework provides a useful tool for organizations to identify and understand the nature of the challenges they face, and to choose the most appropriate response. Cynefin is like a superhero with 5 different powers, each designed to help you tackle complex problems in their own unique way. In other words, with Cynefin on your side, you'll never be stumped by a complex problem ever again.
The 4 Cs. The 4 Cs are a framework that helps trainers design training sessions that meet the needs and interests of their learners. The 4 Cs are connections, concepts, concrete practice, and conclusions. Let's take a closer look at each one. Connections. Connections are all about creating a connection with the learners. The goal is to make the material relevant to their needs and interests. To do this, trainers can use real-life examples and case studies, ask questions that relate to the learner's experiences, and create activities that are relevant to the learner's jobs. For example, if you are training software developers, you could ask them about their personal projects or what excites them about software. Concepts. Concepts are about presenting the material in a clear and understandable way. Trainers should use examples, analogies, and stories to help learners understand the key ideas. Visual aids, such as diagrams and flowcharts, can also be very helpful in retaining information. For example, if you are teaching a new programming language, you could use a flowchart to show the steps involved in solving a problem. Concrete practice. Concrete practice is about giving learners the opportunity to apply what they have learned. This is where hands-on exercises and other active learning activities come in. By doing these activities, learners can apply the concepts that they have learned and see how they work in real-life situations. For example, if you are teaching a new coding technique, you could ask the learners to practice the technique in a coding challenge. Conclusions. Conclusions are about summarizing the key points and reinforcing the learning. Trainers can help learners see how the material applies to their real-life situations by asking questions, giving examples, and encouraging discussion. For example, if you're teaching a new software development method, you could ask the learners to discuss how they would use the method in a real-life project. To sum up, the 4 Cs are a proven and practical approach to creating effective and engaging training sessions. By using this framework, trainers can design training sessions that meet the needs and interests of their learners and help their learners retain and apply the information that they have learned.